Good morning. Welcome to another day of Mindful Monday. What I thought we'd talk about today is intuition. Are you using your intuition or are you afraid to use your intuition? Now, sometimes we cut off our intuition because we have an old wound that's happened where we trusted our gut and it didn't work out the way that we had planned. And we go into a logical way of thinking. It's safer to be in the mind. And this can work for day to day stuff when you're working through difficult problems. Being logical is always a good thing. And if you overuse it, that's when monkey mindedness starts to come in. That's when it becomes difficult to sleep at night, when you're trying to overthink and logically figure out a problem that hasn't happened yet, or you're lamenting the past where you didn't logically get through that situation. Being able to come back to self and getting out of that floating head mentality is valuable when it comes to family life, when it comes to work, when it comes to just being a human being and needing to be able to connect to the situation, to the environment, and knowing what will be the next right move. That is our intuition coming up. And sometimes it can get clouded with our negative thought processes, and just being able to come back down to present. Notice what's happening within the body, what's happening in the mind. If the mind is going every which way, maybe getting out of the mind for a bit and just coming back into the stomach. Noticing that intuitive nature of the stomach. And the reason I speak to this is I'm an ENFP on the Myers-Briggs. So intuition is a big part of how I do things, and it works for me. Now, it doesn't necessarily work for others the same way, but I have practiced my intuitive abilities and connecting with myself and noticing when I am starting to take on someone else's feelings and energy versus my own. Now, when I do these Mindful Mondays, I am using my intuition. If I started getting into a logical, cognitive mind, I would overthink this every single time and I wouldn't be able to send these recordings out. So, being able to take that breath, slow down, and notice what is coming up. When I notice what comes up, that's when I feel moved to speak. And after practicing this over and over, it becomes more comfortable. Even if that first feeling of the stomach clenching is a bad one for you, now it's just my body telling me, hey, this is what's coming up for you. And why don't you let it out because maybe someone else needs to hear it. And this is one of the ways that group dynamics can be so powerful is when we're hearing what other people are picking up and being able to hear it from a neutral space where we're not defensive or judgmental, then all of a sudden we start solving problems. So try this out this week. Test out your intuitive nature. Trust it a little bit. Take some risks. And remember, breathe deeply. Live fully. Have a great week. And remember, if you want more positivity, like, subscribe, send it out to a friend.